Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to break down something super important, how to actually make money with AI. We're diving into some really practical advice from expert Khalid Farhan on how you can get started right now. So this is the big question, right? Is AI this huge threat coming for your job? Or is it the biggest opportunity you'll ever see? A lot of people are worried, but Khalid Farhan says, look, this is the single biggest chance of our generation, but only if you know where to look. So let's find out where. Okay, so before we even get into the AI tech, we have to go back to basics. To make money with AI, you've got to understand what every single business on the planet actually wants. And you know what? It really just boils down to three super simple things. Yep, that's it. Every business, no matter what they sell, is obsessed with saving time, cutting costs, and making more money. Simple, right? But here's the magic trick, the real game changer. AI is one of the few things that can hit all three of those targets at the exact same time. And if you can walk into a business and show them how to do that, you're not just selling something. You're offering them a solution they literally can't say no to. All right, so we know what businesses want. Now let's talk about the how. How is money actually made, and where does AI fit in this whole picture so perfectly? It really starts with understanding the two basic kinds of businesses out there. So Khalid Farhan makes this great point. Starting a service business is just way easier for most people. Think about it. You don't need a warehouse full of stuff or a huge loan. You get paid first, then you do the work. It's a much lower risk. But, and this is a big but, not all services are created equal, not by a long shot. Okay, this is crucial. The big money isn't just in doing stuff for people because they're busy. No, the real money is in solving problems they have absolutely no idea how to solve. If a client knows how to do it, they're just paying for your time, and they'll always try to pay less. But if they are completely clueless, man, your expertise is suddenly worth a ton of money. And that is exactly where AI comes in. Think about it. AI is the ultimate high-value service right now because almost no business owner actually knows how to use it to save time, cut costs, or make more money. They hear all the buzzwords, they see the crazy headlines, but when it comes to actually plugging it into their business, they're lost. And that gap right there between the hype and the how-to, that's your gold mine. That's your opportunity. So what does this actually look like in the real world? It's easy to talk about, but how does it work? Farhan has this fantastic analogy that really explains the huge shift we're seeing from old, dumb tools to new, smart ones. I love this. Think of it like giving a hammer a brain. You know, a regular hammer just does one thing. It hits a nail when you swing it. It's dumb. But what if you gave that hammer a brain? Suddenly, it can analyze the wood, decide the perfect angle, figure out exactly how hard to hit, and even tell you if a screw would be better. That's what AI does. It makes our tools smart. Let's look at a real business example of this. Okay, check this out. Imagine trying to find guests for a podcast. Man, you'd be scrolling through news sites all day, hunting for contact info, writing email after email. It's a total grind. It's a massive waste of time. But with an AI workflow, a task that used to take a team of 3 people almost an entire month to do can now be done in about 5 minutes. I mean, just let that sink in. A month of work done in 5 minutes. That's the insane power of this stuff. And look, this isn't just about doing old, boring tasks faster. That's cool, but it gets even wilder. AI is literally creating entirely new ways to do business, especially when it comes to content and marketing. We're talking about things that would have sounded like science fiction just a couple of years ago. Get this. Companies are now building their own AI influencers from scratch. Why on earth would they do that? Well, think about it. An AI influencer is 100 times safer than a real person. They're never going to get into a scandal. They'll never say something stupid on Twitter that tanks the brand. Plus, they're cheaper, and you have complete 100% control over everything they say and do 24/7. And Farhan actually uses this stuff himself to pump out videos for LinkedIn like a machine. So his workflow is wild. He just drops a news link into a spreadsheet. An AI reads it and writes a script. Another AI clones his voice. Then a different AI creates a video of his avatar speaking that script. But look at step 5. The final touch-ups are still done by a human. For now, that's the only part a person still has to do. And that's where it gets kind of scary. Or exciting, depending on how you look at it. He predicts that within a year, just 12 months, another AI is going to pop up that can do that final editing job. It'll scan the video, find the little flaws, and fix them automatically. When that happens, the entire process from a simple link to a finished video will be 100% automated. No humans required. Okay, so this all leads to a really critical warning. This isn't just cool tech to play with anymore. Ignoring AI is a massive strategic mistake. The ground is literally shifting under our feet, especially for people who sell services in really competitive places like Bangladesh. Farhan puts it so bluntly, it's perfect. AI is not optional anymore. It's like learning English. Just think about that. It's becoming a fundamental, non-negotiable skill if you want to work in the global economy. If you don't have it, doors are just going to start closing. And here's the kicker. Your competition, they're not waiting around for you. They are adapting to this at an incredible speed. So let's get really specific about what that competition looks like. For the service industry in Bangladesh, the main competitor is right next door, India. And just because of its massive population, the talent pool in India is exponentially bigger. So for every one amazing professional in Bangladesh, there are dozens, maybe hundreds in India. It's a numbers game. And here is the cold, hard economic reality. What happens when you give that giant talent pool in India AI tools that make them 10 times more efficient? Well, now 10,000 people can do the work of 100,000. And when that happens, what do? They lower their prices to grab more market share. And that is going to put an absolutely crushing amount of pressure on freelancers and agencies in Bangladesh who haven't caught up. Okay, that sounds pretty grim, right? So how do you flip this? How do you turn this massive threat into your biggest opportunity? The good news is you don't have to get run over by this wave. You can learn to surf it. And here's a really simple step-by-step plan to get you started. The most important thing here is step 1. Find a real problem. Seriously, don't just sit around playing with ChatGPT. Go out and find an industry, any industry, and look for a process that's super repetitive, super time-consuming, or just costs way too much money. Find that pain point and then use AI tools to build a very specific solution for it. All right, so you've built your solution. Now the hardest part, getting the CEO to actually listen to you. These are some awesome, kind of sneaky hacks to get your foot in the door. If you CC their investors on an email, they pretty much have to reply. Offering a crazy guarantee, like donating to charity if you fail, that shows you're unbelievably confident. And personalizing your pitch with something like their favorite band, it proves you're not just another spammer. You've actually done your homework. And really, that's what this all comes down to. What problem are you going to solve first? The world is absolutely packed with inefficiencies, with wasted time, with opportunities just sitting there. AI gives you the toolkit to fix them. Your journey starts right now, the second you pick one of those problems and decide you're going to be the one to solve it. The opportunity is real, it's here, and it is absolutely massive. Thanks for joining us for this explainer.